Hi, this is Ben Ivey, the fulfillment artist, and in this video I'm going to teach you why most people don't become wealthy. And there are 6 core components, and if you have any of them, it's going to stop you achieving the wealth and maintaining the wealth that you should have in your life. So let's move on to point number 1. The first point is it never occurs to them to be wealthy. Right? It doesn't occur to people to be wealthy because all they've known throughout their entire life and throughout their schooling system is just work for a wage. Do this, you work until you retire, and then you save up enough money to then do what you want, 50 years down the line. Most people's parents, most people's environments, the schools that people have gone to and like the jobs that we're told to have, doesn't give you that clarity and that understanding of, I could actually be wealthy. So I'm here to tell you now that it doesn't take much, but just that simple occurrence that you can do it, and that there are other options out there apart from the hand you've been dealt, is something incredibly profound, and that's something that stops so many people doing it because they just don't realize they can. Number 2 is lack of clarity. So for many people, they dabble in lots of different things. They do this career, then they do that career, they try real estate, they're seminar junkies, they go, we're going to go stocks and shares, we're going to do this, and they don't have the clarity and understanding of what it is that they need to do. And you need to ask yourself an incredibly profound question. The profound question is, how much money do you need to be truly wealthy? It's worth pausing the video and writing down how much money you actually need. Work it out. How much money do I need to pay for rent, for this, for that? And that clarity and that focus allows you to understand, okay, what is it that I want in order for me to be wealthy? Number 3 is they talk about action. Talking about action. But really, there's no action. You just talk about it. And you hear people all the time, I've got great ideas and I'm going to do that someday. After this year, when everything's settled down, I'm just waiting for the right moment to enter the market. Someday never comes. Okay, you've got to take action. You've got to take consistent action. Many people who don't become wealthy try for a year, get disheartened, and then quit and stop. So you've got to stay in the game. Because if you stay in the game long enough, then you're going to be able to move forward. But that requires you taking action persistently, learning from the right resources, learning from experts and moving forward instead of waiting. Remember that knowledge is potential power. It's only when you implement that you start creating wealth for yourself instead of waiting. Number 4 is low self-confidence. Low self-confidence is a really big one. Because even if you're doing everything right, if you don't have the confidence within yourself and you don't believe you can do it, you'll self-sabotage. You'll say, oh no, I don't believe I can do that investment. No, I'm not worth that. And you know who the confident people are when they come into a room. Heads are held high, shoulders back. You can see them. And they attract very different type of opportunities than people with low self-confidence who don't believe in themselves. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how are you going to get other people to believe in you in obtaining wealth in however you're going to do it? There are millions of ways to obtain wealth. But you need to be confident in yourself first in order to help you move forward. Number 5 is a weak support system. Support systems are incredibly important. If you think of the most successful and most wealthy people in the world, they have a support system around them of mentors, of coaches, even their peers are very similar to themselves. So have a think for yourself. Who is your support system at present? Who do you know that's wealthy? How often do you speak to those people? Because you want to create a strong support system. It'd be worth looking into who could 5 potential mentors for me be? Who could 5 potential coaches for me be? Which people do I spend my time around that will give me the correct ideas and help me condition my mind in a certain way to help me move forward? Because if you've got a weak support system, they'll drag you down. They'll say, why are you doing that? And they'll make you question yourself instead of giving you that support. So have a real think about what your support system is at present. And the final one is number 6. And that is that they don't measure the finances. If you don't measure your finances, how could you possibly obtain wealth? There are people who think, oh, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is not bliss when it comes to your finances. You need to understand exactly where your money is being spent. It'd be the equivalent of going to the gym and doing the wrong technique and damaging your muscle and doing the same thing over and over and over again. Because you see this pattern. People get lots of money and then they lose it all. Lots of money, lose it all. Because they're doing the wrong techniques, the wrong patterns. So you've got to be able to measure and understand, where are the holes in my system? And you'd be very surprised. See, I cannot believe how much money I spend on this or that. Or maybe you're just saving so much and you're never investing. So you've got to measure your finances. What you measure, you improve. So with that, I would say look at each 6 points, see what applies to you, and immediately take action to eradicate whatever they are so you can achieve the life of your dreams and become as wealthy as you want. And with that, thank you for watching. Comment if you have any questions, and I'll speak to you next week.